Yo, so what is up everybody on YouTube? We're back today with a brand new video. And for today's video, we're switching it up a little. I know you guys have been loving the career sims and all, but we're doing a little bit different of a career sim today. We're going to re-simulate Magic Johnson's NBA career. I'm going to try and do this with a few guys from the past, so let me know down below who you want. And maybe we could even do some guys that were very injury prone throughout their career and see how their career would have played out without the injuries. Still going to do the normal career sims though, so let me know down below if this is a W or an L. If you guys like this, definitely hit that subscribe button and like it for your boy. We're on that big grind to 10K. We're going to try and hit that by the end of the year. You guys have been amazing, and I love all your support, and you guys mean a ton to me. So let's hop into this. We're getting right into the NBA draft, and we're going to see who drafts Magic Johnson. The number one pick belongs to the Cleveland Cavaliers, and surprisingly enough, that is where Magic Johnson's going. This 6'9" big man who kind of opened up everything for the current big NBA point guards, like Ben Simmons, low-key like Giannis and LeBron kind of to bring up the ball, did go to the Cavaliers. This team obviously is a crapshoot in real life. You got Magic Johnson, Andre Drummond, Kevin Love, Darius Garland, and Colin Sexton. Pretty much some of the bigger names on this team. You can see he's already coming with lots of badges, even some Hall of Fame ones. And this Magic Johnson is actually the one from the official 2K draft classes. So, I did not do anything to him. So, wow. First year, Magic Johnson actually gets MVP for the Cleveland Cavaliers. So, he seems to have carried this squad. 27 points a game, 13.8 assists per game, 2 steals a game. This is insane. That is an amazing, amazing stat line. And I'm assuming if he put up some numbers like this, we are going to be like one of the higher seeds in the Eastern Conference, which is going to be fire to see the Cavs even competing again. So let's take a look at these standings as we finish the number one seed in the Eastern Conference with the Cleveland Cavaliers in year one. We're up against Kyle Lowry and Pascal Siakam with the Toronto Raptors in the first round, as we actually bounced them 4-1. Colin Sexton leading the team in scoring in that game, followed by Magic Johnson, putting up a really good stat line. Second round, we're up against Gordon Hayward, Kemba Walker, and the Boston Celtics, and yes, Jason Tatum as well. Not trying to throw shade at him, as we have done a career sim for him as well. Wow, 4-0 victory right there against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Wow, Gordon Hayward dropped 37 points in that game, and it was still not enough as Kevin Love and Magic Johnson absolutely popped off. Eastern Conference Finals up against a healthy Brooklyn Nets team with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. We get down early 3-1, and they do actually bounce us 4-1. I'm not going to be too upset about that because that is a really good team when they are healthy, and it is only Magic's rookie season. As they actually do end up losing in the finals to Kawhi and the Clippers. So this is what the team's looking like in year two. Obviously, a lot of guys on this team are getting better and better because it's a young team. So back-to-back MVP seasons for Magic Johnson. 27.3 points per game, 12.6 assists per game, and he's really good on defense with those steals numbers. Probably one of the best defensive point guards in the league already, as our first round matchup is going to be tough. It's up against the Charlotte Hornets, and they have Giannis, so we actually do beat them 4-1, so that is actually insane. Up against the Celtics once again in the second round, as we destroy them as well, so big W's. Magic putting up 33 points, 6 rebounds, and 14 assists in that game. And Andre Drummond, really good right there, 24 points and 17 rebounds to go along with that. That's a nice big combo to have right there between the two of them. Eastern Conference Finals, we're meeting up against the Philadelphia 76ers. Obviously, a very good team. And this is the battle of the big point guards, honestly. And we do beat them 4-2. Joel Embiid dropping 31 and 17. Kind of destroying Andre Drummond on offense right there a little bit. NBA Finals, we're up against the Lakers, obviously Magic Johnson's actual team in real life, and they beat us in 6, and LeBron gets MVP. So going into year 3, Magic Johnson's at a 95 overall already. His two guard beside him is Colin Sexton, and in the third back-to-back season, Magic Johnson is your NBA MVP. That is insane to think about, honestly. We are the number 3 seed in In the Eastern Conference, my bad, I got a little bit tongue-tied there, and our matchup is against the Brooklyn Nets, who did drop us off a few seasons ago. Magic Johnson's second highest on the team as far as scoring goes, and we did beat them 4-2 in 6 games. Moving on to Trae Young and the Hawks in the second round here. Should not be an easy matchup by any means for us. This is a super good team, especially with that addition of Clint Capella IRL. As they do beat us 4-2, so that is tough. Trae Young dropping 32, Magic dropping a 43-point triple-double, so that's tough to think about. Moving into year 4, Magic Johnson's already at a 97. I repeat, 97 overall. Wow. Andre Drummond chilling right there. Colin Sexton getting up in overall as well to an 87 beside him at that 2-guard position. Kevin Porter starting at the 3 now, and I'm not even sure who our 4 is, but it is what it is. Giannis Antetokounmpo getting MVP, and I'm not actually going to go through and show all the All-NBA teams every year. Just this year I might, but going forward probably not, because it is safe to say most of the time Magic is going to be on one of them, considering he is one of the best point guards of all time. First round matchup up against the Nets, and we do drop them off once again. Incredible game from Magic right there, 37 points and 10 assists. Moving on to the second round, we're up against Bradley Beal and the Washington Wizards. So we're going to see what this team has as far as fighting them. We get up on them 2-1. They get a game back 2-2. They take it 3-2. And it's going to Game 7, boys, so we're going to have to see what we can do here. And in Game 7, we come up big. Amani Bates dropping 38, but it was still not enough to take down our squad. And in the Eastern Conference Finals, we once again meet against Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Charlotte Hornets. 3-2. This is big. Let's hop into Simcast and see if we can knock them out right here. Actually, let's not. We'll see if it goes to 7, then do it. So we'll hop to 7. It's Game 7. Let's go into Simcast and see if our Cleveland Cavaliers can pull out and go to the NBA Finals. We have the nice little lead right now, but you never know what's about to come in the fourth quarter, especially when that other team has Giannis. And it's safe to say we're going to win this one, as it's 142-114. Magic Johnson, fantastic game, 33 points, 5 rebounds, and I believe 16 assists. So that is actually absolutely incredible. The finals game here, we're up against the Minnesota Timberwolves, and it's not looking great for us, guys. It's looking pretty bleak as we get dropped off 4-1. So we're moving into year 5 of the sim, and we go to the Cleveland Cavaliers, and Magic Johnson's actually not on the team anymore, so we're going to have to see where he goes. So Magic Johnson took his talents to the Toronto Raptors. So let's see what this team's looking like. I'm not even 100% sure. So they still have Pascal Siakam at that power forward position, but besides that, they don't have anybody too incredible. They have Jaden Hardy and Luke Kennard. So we're going to see what we can do with this team. It's not really an upgrade from the team we are on by any means, but hey, we'll see what happens. Giannis getting MVP once again. And in year 1 with the Toronto Raptors, we do not make the playoffs. That is a tough scene. Really good stat line for Magic Johnson, though, once again, 26 points per game. Moving into year 6, very similar team as to what it was last year. So we're going to see if things can start changing for this Toronto Raptors, or if we just kind of got ourselves in a bad situation. But any way you look at it, having a 99 overall on your team, you can't really count that team out. As Giannis Antetokounmpo once again carries the Charlotte Hornets and gets MVP. And wow, we actually missed the playoffs this year as a 42-win team, which you don't see too often, honestly, in the Eastern Conference. 24.5 points per game right there for Magic. Moving into year 7, let's see if we can make a change this year. James Wiseman actually getting MVP. That's interesting. So let's see, did we make playoffs this year? Please tell me we did. All we need is a chance to make playoffs to start getting on a roll, and we did not make playoffs. By the way, that was supposed to be my fart noise, and it's probably sounded awful, but whatever. So, year 8, we just went on a 3-year playoff drought since joining this Raptors team, so something needs to change. We have an absolute beast in Magic Johnson, and it looks like something's starting to change. Magic Johnson back to his MVP for himself, and our Toronto Raptors are the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. Incredible season for Magic. And our guys are just starting to pull out a little bit more with with some better stat lines as well to help us out. As you can see, this is what our starting 5 is looking like. We have definitely a lot of hope now. 63 win team. I don't know how we go from like 30 wins to 60 wins. We didn't really add anyone too big that I think. So first round we knock them out 4-1. Big W. Second round we got a matchup up against Cade Cunningham and Lauri Markkanen on the Chicago Bulls, and we absolutely murked them too. So that's a huge W. 21 points for Magic along with 16 assists. Eastern Conference Finals, baby. We got a matchup up against the Pistons, and they were no match as we knock them out 4-1. Magic having a fantastic game once again, and we finally make it back to the NBA Finals up against the Dallas Mavericks. It's going to be a tough series as we get up 3-1, so we're going to hop in with Simcast if need be and see, honestly, how this plays out, because it might be actually really interesting to watch. So here we go. It's looking like a super competitive game. The Mavs start pulling away a little bit, and it's looking like this is going to be the Mavs game. They do get the game, so we're going to be moving on to game 5. 3-2. So let's see what we got here. And I meant to say game 6. That's my bad. So super competitive game here. Once again, wow, this is a really, really close game going into the fourth quarter. Pretty low scoring as well. Only a couple point game here, man. Can we pull this out? Tied at 110. We hop in. It is tied at 112 with 15.7 seconds left. We have the ball. What can we do here? Pass out to the open man. Knockdown. And he bricks the 3 ball. That was a big oof right there. They're coming down the court with about 2 seconds left. And he just hit a Kawhi-esque shot on us. A smothered shot with 2.3 seconds left. The Mavericks are taking this to game 7. That is big tough, guys. Nothing else to say about that. That was just an incredible shot there. So, game 7, this is where it's coming down to. Honestly, someone has to pull out here, and hopefully it's us, but it's not looking good. The Mavericks were cooking us a little, but we went on a big run there. So here we go, baby. We're going into the third quarter. We got this little bit of a lead. And it's looking good for us. It's definitely looking good. We got like a 30-point lead now. Going into towards the end of the fourth quarter here. It's looking like we're going to get this chip. Yes, sir. We're up by 23 points with 1:32 left in the fourth quarter. And we're going to hop in for a couple seconds to kind of show you what's going on. And boom, your Toronto Raptors are the champions. I'm assuming this is going to be a Magic Johnson MVP year, but we're going to have to see. So obviously, yeah, your Toronto Raptors are the champions, and we'll hop in, and I'll show you guys what the box score was actually looking like for this game. And big game right there, honestly. I thought it was super interesting to kind of watch that all on Simcast. So really good game for Magic, 28 points and 10 assists. Chase and Randall actually on the team. That's kind of interesting. So MVP does go to Magic Johnson right there. Huge year for him in year 8, getting himself his first Finals MVP. He's about 5 years left on this contract with the Raptors, and he has a ton of accolades already with this squad. So you can see what the rotations are looking like here. Spicy P still hanging in there with us as well. No big awards for us this year. Second seed in the Eastern Conference, though, so we will take the record over the awards. Let's see what the stats were looking like on the season. Magic 23.2 points per game and 10.7 assists per game. This man is a double-double machine, honestly, and close to a triple-double machine always. First round matchup up against the Hawks. We kind of cook them 4-2, which is nice because they did knock us out in the second round about 2 or 3 years ago. So our second round matchup is up against the Magic, and if I'm going to be completely honest with you, I'm not too scared of this team. I think that we have this in the bag. As we knock them out 4-2, Magic 21-6-7. Really good game right there. Eastern Conference Finals up against Amani Bates and the Washington Wizards. So I don't want to count this team out by any means. They do still have Bradley Beal actually coming off the bench at an 89 overall as well. So they got that anchor off the bench. 1-1, 2-1. Oh, this is going to be a close series. They get it 3-2. we're pushing it to Game 7, and let's hop in with Simcast and see what's in store for our Toronto Raptors and Magic Johnson. So we're going to be simulating this. Let's see what we get going here. Once again, they got a little bit of a lead on us here, so we're going to have a big end to this fourth quarter if we want a chance. And it's really not looking great for us as they pull away and defeat us 118-102 for them to move on to the NBA Finals. Magic Johnson, solid game there. But we're moving on to year 10, and Magic Johnson is now a 99 overall, which is kind of insane. So here we go. 3 years left on this contract, and let's see. Chet actually gets MVP, and I know a lot of you guys want a sim for him, and that will definitely be coming eventually, boys. Do not worry about that. As we finish the number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference behind the New York Knicks, and a pretty solid year for Magic Johnson, 21 points per game with 11.4 assists per game. This boy Dior Johnson coming off the bench is actually a super bucket getter as well. I've kind of noticed that he probably would be starting if we didn't have Magic. So our first round matchup is against the Boston Celtics, and we actually knock them out. So we definitely like that. Only took them to Game 5. Magic with a triple-double. Second round, we are up against Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Charlotte Hornets once again. So this game is going to Game 7, which I think this is like the second time we went to Game 7 with Giannis. So we're going to see what happens here. Fairly low scoring game, and actually didn't end up that way as we dropped 132 on them. Magic ends up with 31 points. And a tandem, Anthony Edwards and Giannis could not take us down as we move to the Eastern Conference Finals up against the New York Knicks with Michael Porter Jr., Jalen Green, and James Wiseman. Kind of surprised to see Jonah Bolden actually starting for this team, so that's kind of interesting as well. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker off their bench. So they got some decent depth on this team, to say the least. They get up on us 3-0. And let's see what's going on here. 3-2. And we're pushing it to 7. And in Game 7, we actually take that dub. Wow. Hardy dropping 47 points. Magic with 26 points and 23 assists in that game. And he only missed one shot that entire game. So they really wanted this, apparently. Moving on to the NBA Finals. Up against the Sacramento Kings. Let's see what we got here. We're moving on. It's 3-2. We're going to hop into the Simcast and see what's going on. So third quarter, we got a little bit of a lead on them, and it's definitely looking like we should be taking this one home. We're at 142 to 123, and doink, we do not hit the shot, but we do win this championship game by 21 points. Which is a huge W. The Toronto Raptors will be getting their second NBA championship. And Magic Johnson goes ahead and gets his second Finals MVP. As we move into year 11, so the first 10 years of Magic's career have been absolutely insane. So your year 11 regular season MVP is once again James Wiseman with the New York Knicks. And the New York Knicks are once again the number 1 seed as we are the number 2 seed in the East. Obviously, once again, a great year from Magic Johnson. Stats-wise, you cannot complain about it whatsoever. First round matchup, we're up against Amani Bates, Rui Hachimura, and the Washington Wizards as we knock them out 4-2-3. Tyler Herro actually on the Raptors now. I didn't even notice that. I guess he's coming off our bench. Not too high scoring of a game. And second round, we're up against Giannis once again. Pushed it to Game 7. And we're going into Simcast once again. So this one is definitely a lot closer than our games usually have been. As we end up pulling it out 129 to 121, but I was scared there for a couple seconds. Magic Johnson dropping 37 points in that game. Up against the number 1 seed, once again, in the New York Knicks, with James Wiseman still chilling on this team. So that big man play might give us a little bit of a problem, because they definitely have a lot better of a big man than we do. As they get up on us 3-1, and they actually knock us out 4-1. Moving into year 12 of the sim, this is what the squad's looking like. Pascal still hanging around, but now only at an 86 overall. Starting to hit that wall where he's going to be regressing a ton. But he is still starting at that 4 position for us. This is what the contract situation is looking like. This is the last year on Magic's contract with the Raptors, so we'll see if he re-ups. And an MVP season in that contract year, 24.8 points per game and 10.2 assists per game. That's incredible. And leading the team to the #1 spot in the Eastern Conference with 59 wins. So he definitely just got himself a bag, to say the very least. As our first round matchup up against the Indiana Pacers. I think this team's light work. They did take us to 7, surprisingly, but we knocked them out. 37 points for Magic Johnson. Moving on to the second round, we got Josh Christopher, Amani Bates, and Rui Hachimura. So let's see how this goes. As we knock them out 4-2, Amani Bates dropping a 32-piece. Magic with a triple-double and over 30 points in that triple-double, which is not easy to do. Up against the Milwaukee Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals. No Giannis anymore. So we'll see how much of a fight they give us. They take it to 7, surprisingly, with us. So we're going to hop into Simcast. They do have this little bit of a lead going in the fourth quarter on us. So we'll see what we can do. It's not looking too hot for us, honestly, if I'm going to be completely honest. They got about a 20-point lead on us. And we're coming back a little bit, but not enough time. As they end up beating us 117 to 113. So only lose by 4 points. But like I said, we did not have the time to make that comeback. Year 13. Let's see what's going on in year 13. 99 overall, Magic Johnson still. All these accolades here, baby. Wow. 12-time All-Star already. I'll show you what the rotations are looking like. Obviously, super good. Cole Anthony actually getting MVP with the OKC Thunder. Kind of interesting to see. Not every season do you see Cole Anthony popping up. First seed Toronto Raptors once again. Magic Johnson, 22 points per game. Actually not getting a double-double this season, but obviously still a fantastic year. A down year for him. Is still one of the best point guards in the league, if not the best. So we actually get dropped off 4-2 in the first round this year by the Boston Celtics. So that's tough. Moving right on the year 14, just forgetting about that year. Our boy Hardy's up to a 95 overall, starting at that 2-guard position for us. And Magic's obviously at a 99. James Wiseman getting MVP for us. And our boy Dior Johnson actually getting the 6th man of the year off our bench, finishing as the #2 seed in the Eastern Conference. And Magic actually taking the backseat to Hardy this year as far as scoring goes. First round matchup up against the New York Knicks. This team always gives us troubles, and they're usually one of the best teams in the league. But this time we knock them out 4-1. Magic Johnson absolutely snapping against them. James Wiseman not doing as much as I expected. Moving on to this second round matchup up against the Bucks that knocked us out in the Eastern Conference Finals last year. They're definitely going to give us a little bit of a fight at the least. If they win, I wouldn't be surprised. If we win, I wouldn't be surprised either, as we knock them out 4-2. DJ Stewart dropping 31 points in that game. And let's see how our guys did. Magic and Dior both absolutely popping off. Washington Wizards in the Eastern Conference Finals with us, Amani Bates and Rui Hachimura. As it's definitely going to be a tough series. Once again, they get up on us 3-1, 3-2. Can we push it to 7? And we cannot push it to 7, as the Wizards are moving on to the finals, and we are going home. Year 15, baby. So year 15, we got 34-year-old Magic Johnson now. I think that Pascal's gone, honestly. Magic Johnson getting yet another MVP season going. Definitely crazy. And our boy Dior Johnson, our backup point guard, getting 6th man of the year to go along with that. And Hardy actually dropped more points per game than Magic. And Magic still got MVP this season. Because I guess it's because his all-around play was better between, points, assists, rebounds, steals, all that defensive play. First round matchup up against the Orlando Magic. And not looking great. As we push it to Game 7 and we actually win, the Magic did just blow a 3-1 lead. I was a little concerned because we were the #1 seed losing to the #8 seed. But hey, things happen. Moving on to this second round matchup up against the Washington Wizards. So against the Washington Wizards, it's going to be a competitive series like always. They're up on us 3-2 and they knock us out. 4-2, man. We just need a chance. I just want to go further in the playoffs because we've proved we are some bucket getters in the playoffs and can win those big games. Year 2035. It's currently year 16 of Magic Johnson's career. He is now a 98 overall, and Hardy is a 96, accompanying him at that 2-guard position. And wow, the Raptors have actually made the decision to put Dior Johnson as the team's starting point guard and put Magic as the 6th man off the bench. That's insane. Chet getting MVP. Magic Johnson obviously getting 6th man of the year. If that man's coming off the bench, there's not going to be many better than him. 65-win team, number 1 seed. And we're extremely top-heavy with this team right now, having a 99 overall coming off our bench, a 95 and 96 overall starting at our guard positions. Up against the Indiana Pacers in the first round, they were no match for us, as our team is obviously stacked. I love how our 6th man is coming out and dropping 39 points. That's some Lou Williams vibes right there. Obviously, Magic a hell of a lot better than him, but that's still the type of energy we're getting from him. So, round 2, we're up against the Bucks, who have given us trouble in the past, and boom, 4-1. I guess having Magic coming off the bench is that kind of anchor for the team has been working out like crazy. Celtics. That's who we're facing in the Eastern Conference Final. And once again, no match for us as our guard plays insane. Dior Johnson dropping 30 points and 20 assists in that game. Finals up against the OKC Thunder. And I think that we have this, honestly. Our team's been stomping everyone this year. Moving into Game 6 right here. So let's see if we can knock them out right here or what's going to happen. We're obviously going into Simcast for this type of intense game right here. As in the third quarter right now, we do have a slight lead, but it is starting to go back and forth as the Thunder are starting to pull away just a little bit. It's definitely not looking great for us as we're down about 7 points. 5 points, 3 points. It is a 3-point game with 37 seconds left. And unfortunately, we end up losing this one by 4 points, 128 to 124. The Thunder are pushing this game to Game 7. So let's hop into Simcast and see how Game 7 plays out. Will we get yet another championship, or are we going home sad? And this is a really low-scoring game for the Thunder, as we hop in and we defeat them 118 to 83. So your Toronto Raptors win yet another NBA championship. And I'm kind of curious as to if Magic Johnson will win both 6th Man of the Year and Finals MVP in the same season. Magic Johnson, great game right there. 20 points and 15 assists. And let's see, Jaden Hardy actually goes ahead and gets MVP. So Magic is not getting both of those in the same year, which would have been kind of insane. So year 17, I don't have the regular season clip because the footage got a little fluffed up. But we do have the playoffs right here. So let's see what we got. Let's see what happened throughout this season. I'll kind of show you guys everything as if we usually would. So number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference for the Toronto Raptors. And Magic obviously having a very good season once again. Still at a 97 overall coming off that bench. So our first round matchup is up against the Atlanta Hawks, who do not have Trae Young anymore. So that definitely is a helpful factor for us here. We get down 0-2, not looking great. 0-3, definitely not looking great. And let's hope we do not get swept. And we do get a game, so we're not getting swept at least. And we're getting another game, 2-3. Come on, baby. Let's pull it out. Let's make it happen. A 3-0 comeback. Can we do it right here, right now? We're pushing it to 7. And in 7, we take it out. Man, all that build up for just nothing. Come on, 2K. Come on, 2K. Moving on to year 18, Magic Johnson at a 93 overall. 1 year left on his contract with the Raptors. And let's see what the rotations are looking like. They still have our boy Magic coming off the bench. Chet MVP. No surprise there. He's holding it down for the Jazz with 26.9 points per game and 12.6 rebounds per game and 2.2 blocks per game, as Magic yet again gets 6th Man of the Year. Obviously, we make the playoffs as the 3rd seed in the Eastern Conference. Magic Johnson, another really good year, cannot complain at that. First round matchup up against the Miami Heat. And it's starting to be a hell of a lot of generated names that we don't actually know IRL. We took it to Game 7 and we did win, Magic dropping 28 points in that Game 7 victory against the Miami Heat. My bad. Second round, we're up against the New York Knicks, who still have James Wiseman holding it down for them at that center position, and we do knock them out. Moving on to the Eastern Conference Finals. This very well could be our boys' last season with the Raptors. So let's see what we can do here as the Wizards get up on us 3-0 and we get swept 4-0 in the Eastern Conference Finals. Year 19, Magic decides to come back at an 89 overall to play that 6th man position. This man's career is starting to look like he wants to be Vince Carter or something, playing all these seasons for no good reason. Yet another 6th Man of the Year title. He's just stacking up these little trophies to keep in his trophy case. We do make the playoffs yet again, as Magic's dropping 18.9 points per game in that 6th man position. Up against the Philadelphia 76ers with Cade Cunningham in the first round, and we get swept. Come on, dude. Come on. This is not good for the brand towards the end of the career here. Year 2039. Let's see. Magic 84 overall, still coming off the bench as our 6th man, actually. So, let's see how things went. 48 wins, 3rd seed in the Eastern Conference. Magic 18 points per game, my bad. I guess he signed a 2-year extension with them. So, Magic will be playing at least until he's 40 from what it's looking like right now. The Cleveland Cavaliers is our first round matchup. Nobody that we know too well. We drop them off 4-2. Let's look at their stat lines real quick. See if Magic maybe had a crazy game. And nothing too insane. As we're up against the Bulls in the second round. Once again, lots of generated people. And we get dropped off 4-0. Magic still coming off the bench. 81 overall. 45 wins for us this year. Making the playoffs. Let's try and get Magic one more ring if we can, averaging only 12 points per game now, but you cannot be complaining about that, because I'm pretty sure he's like 40 or 41 years old at this point. So, first round matchup, we get dropped off by the Magic. That is a tough scene. We did take him to 7 at least, so I guess I can't be too upset. Player retirements, Magic finally retiring at the age of 40, 20 years pro, 81 overall. Insane stats right there, man. He definitely had a much better career than he did IRL. But in IRL, if you remember, he had 3 seasons he couldn't play because of his kind of illness that came up during his playing time, which definitely did tank him a little bit as far as where he could have been in all-time points, scoring, assists, all that good stuff. He did make the Hall of Fame, and we'll look at the NBA awards real quick after this. So he did make the Hall of Fame, and let's show you his awards. So total points, where did he fall? Total points all time. Number 9 overall, behind Amani Bates and right before Devin Booker. You know he's going to be on the assist one for sure. Free throws made, number 6 overall, right behind Kobe Bryant. RIP to that GOAT. Let's see, assists, I'm sure he's on that list. Steals, he very well may be on that list, and maybe even triple doubles. No, not rebounds. Okay, assist. There he is, number 1, ahead of both John Stockton and LaMelo Ball. And by the way, guys, if you enjoyed this video, definitely hit that like button. Let me know down below if you watched all the way through. Like I always say, comment GOAT in all capitals down below. Let me know who you guys want me to do next. Could be current, could be past player. Thank you guys all for watching. Peace.